Very good morning, boys. In the last video, we have seen up to some numericals based on Biot-Savart's law. So this is the continuation part of the last one. Here we are going to see some more numericals on the applications of Biot-Savart's law. So in this, mostly I will focus on combination of straight conductors as well as circular coils. Straight and circular coils. So before starting the numericals, let me recall some important formulae. So this one, remember, this is a semi-infinite wire, and at point B you want to calculate magnetic induction field strength, because a current carrying wire will produce magnetic field around it, and this is semi-infinite wire. Formula is B equal to mu naught I by 4 pi d. Remember, for straight conductor pi will come down. And how to give direction? Like this, if we keep these fingers always indicates out, means from here this side everywhere it is out, this side it is into. What do you mean by that? Lines of force are going inside. So like this, lines of force are going inside and coming outside. Here it is coming towards you, there it is going away from you. That's why we are calling that side as into and this side as out. That is the meaning. Into, out. Out means towards you, into means away from you. So here field is into. If I calculate this side, it becomes out. And this is semicircle. We know for a full circle carrying current I, if R is the radius, so B equal to mu naught I by 2R. This is for full circle. And here I am taking for semicircle. Okay, either you can use formula or you can use, because that is for full circle 2R, for this becomes mu naught I by 4R. Or if you got doubt, you can use the formula mu naught I by 4 pi r into theta, where theta is in radians. You can use this formula to get the values for different shapes. At present I am using semicircle, that's why this the formula is mu naught I by 4r, and here it is mu naught I by 4 pi d. And if you see the direction like this, so field is into. So remember, for straight conductor, circular magnetic field lines will be developed, and for circular coil, straight magnetic field lines will be developed. Straight conductor, hold conductor in your hand with the thumb pointing along direction of current, then this always indicates into, this always indicates out. For circular coil, just move your fingers along the direction of current, the thumb points the required direction of magnetic field. So now coming to the question, this is the question here. Because of this configuration, we want to calculate magnetic induction field strength at point O. Yes, it's a combination of straight conductor as well as circular coil. So how many conductors are there here? This is 1, this is 2, and this is 3. So what we have to do first step, find magnetic field because of each conductor individually, separately, then see their directions and according to that react. So first let us give the magnetic field strength because of each conductor separately and also mention its direction, then see what will happen. Coming to the first conductor, at point O I want, and this point O is at one end of this conductor. Other end is at infinite, very long conductor. So what we call this semi-infinite wire. What is the formula for semi-infinite wire? B equal to mu naught I by 4 pi d. Here D equal to how much? R. So what is B1? B1 mu naught I by 4 pi R. How to give direction? Already said how to give direction. Keep like this. So this always indicates into, this always indicates out. And your point is below. Below the field is out, means towards you. So like this. So it is out now. This is B1. Understood? Coming to this. Is it a full circle coil? No. It is only semicircle. So formula B2 equal to mu naught I by 4R. Direction. Anti-clockwise. Anti-clockwise it is out. Out means towards you. And B3. So like this. So above it is out and below it is into. You want to find at O. It is out. And it is a straight conductor. And the point is at one end. What we call it? Semi-infinite wire. So formula becomes mu naught I by 4 pi R. Direction out. Since all the magnetic fields are directed outwards, so we can add them. So add them. So what is the B net? No change in direction because all are directed in the same manner. So we can add directly. So mu naught I by 4 pi R plus mu naught I by 4r plus mu naught I by 4 pi r direction, it is out. So what I can take common here? I can take mu naught I common, 4r I can take common. I am going to get 1 by pi plus 1 by pi plus 1 plus 1 by pi. Direction it is out. If I add them, I am going to get answer as mu naught I by 4r into 1 plus 2 by pi. You can leave like this. Direction out. You can leave in this manner. Able to understand the directions? Out. Out. This one is also out. But for this, better to check clockwise or anti-clockwise. Clockwise into anti-clockwise, out. Into means away from you, out means towards you. So any difficulty asking this numerical? So coming to the next question, the same model but with small change. Again here also we got 3 conductors. This is 1, this is 2 and this is 3. So let us calculate individually for each conductor what is the magnetic field developed at point O and then add vectorially. So now see, for the first conductor B1 is, since it is an infinite semi-infinite wire, we know formula, directly I am writing the formula, mu naught I by 4 pi r. Repeating once again, for straight conductor pi will come, for circular coil pi won't come. And how to give direction? Simple. So above it is out, below it is into, and the required point is down below, so the field is into. Any doubt in this? Check like this. This always indicates out, this always indicates into, so below the y into, above the y out, so we require the point which is below the y, so field is into. Coming to B2, B2 is a semicircular coil, already we know the formula mu naught I by 4r and it is anti-clockwise, anti-clockwise means field is out, so mu naught I by 4r and field is out. Coming to B3, if we take B3, so above it is out and below it is into, but we require the point at O which is above the wire, so field is mu naught I by 4 pi r, the direction is out. So if you add B net, if you add them, these two are equal but they were opposite directed, so they get cancelled. The only thing which left uncancelled is mu naught I by 4r, so answer is mu naught I by 4r, direction is out. This is the way to do this. So whenever we got a combination of straight and circular coil, this is the condition. Understood? So see this configuration. Next question. So both circular coil as well as the square is there. These are finite wires, means whose length can be measured. So the question is same, find magnetic fields in that point O because of this configuration. So definitely this angle is 90. So this angle we know how to determine. This angle is 3 pi by 2, and you know why it is 3 pi by 2, because this is 270. So total how many conductors are there? This is 1 and this is 1. But this is of no use because it is passing through this. And this is also of no use because it is also passing through this. Only these two conductors will be effective. Only those two conductors will be effective. So like this. This we know how to calculate. First let us calculate because of circular coil. Call this as 1, this 2, this 3, this 4 and this 5. So because of 1, how to calculate magnetic field? So B1 mu naught I by 4 pi a into theta. What is theta here? 3 pi by 2. So mu naught I by 4 pi a into 3 pi by 2. Pi by cancel. 3 times mu naught I by 8a, direction it is clockwise. Clockwise means into, means away from you, into. So this is into. So we got because of circular coil. Now because of this straight conductor, let us see what will happen. Because of conductor 2, field is 0. Why B2 is 0? Why B2 is 0? Because this point is at this is the point you require at point O, and this point is along the conductor, no use because field will be like this. And even B5 also 0, no need to calculate. Coming to B3, this is a finite wire, so if you draw like this, so what is this angle becomes? 45 degrees. Remember the formula for finite conductor? Mu naught I by 4 pi d into sin theta 1 plus sin theta 2. This comes out to be mu naught I by 4 pi. What is the perpendicular distance? It is b. 4 pi b into sin 0 degrees plus sin 45 degrees. So B3 comes out to be mu naught I by 4 pi b into sin 45 is 1 by root 2. And what is the direction? Direction above is out and below is into, so it is into. That is B3. Coming to B4 also. B4 also finite conductor, and this angle is 45 degrees. So one angle is 45, other angle is 0. Do you know why it is 0? Because 0. And distance is same. What is the perpendicular distance? It is b. So mu naught I by 4 pi d into same 1 by root 2 will get. And this is also this side it is out and this side it is into. You require at this point which is into. So this is also into. So B2 is 0, B5 is 0, B1 is into, B3 also into, B4 also into. Then what is the net field? Since all are directed into, B net equal to mu naught I by 3 mu naught I by 88 plus 2 times mu naught I by 4 pi b into root 2. Understood? So what you can take common there? Mu naught I by 4a I can take common, 3 by 4 I can take common, 3 by a plus 2 by pi b into root 2. Field is into. If you can cancel root 2 also, what is the answer? Mu naught I by 4 into 3 by a plus root 2 by pi b. Direction into. This is the answer. Understood? That is the way to calculate. So let us continue with this. Is interesting numerical. This one, observe carefully. They were in different planes. So first conductor and third conductor are in xy plane, whereas this one is in yz plane. Semicircular wire is in yz plane. It's a long wire. And you have to calculate magnetic induction field strength at point O. 1 and 3 are linear wires of very long, means this is at one end of the wire, it goes up to infinite, this also goes up to infinite, whereas this curved part is having radius r. So we want to calculate magnetic induction field strength at point O. Okay, then first one is in xy plane. Suppose this is x and this is y. So wire is going like this. And you know how to calculate magnetic field strength? This side is into. So which is perpendicular to xy plane? It is z axis. Positive z axis is towards you and negative z axis is away from you. So because of the first wire, it being semi-infinite first of all, so B1 equal to mu naught I by 4 pi, distance equal to radius 4 pi r, direction it is an xy plane, the field is perpendicular to xy plane and it is into means, so this is z axis, it is xy plane, so this one is x, this one is y, so y is like this, keeping like this, field is into, this one is positive z, so this becomes negative z, what is unit vector? Minus k cap. That is the way to give direction of magnetic field. Understood? Coming to B2, B2 is a semicircular wire. So mu naught I by 4R direction into. This side is positive x-axis and it is directed along negative x-axis. So it is minus I cap. And B3 is mu naught I by again 4 pi R. So like this. This side it is into, this side is out. It is in xy plane, perpendicular to that is z axis. It is into means negative z axis. Towards you is positive and away from you is negative. So it is also minus k. So what is the net field? So B net. So mu naught I by 4R minus I cap plus 2 times mu naught I by 4 pi R minus k cap. Further you can simplify, which is common in both. Mu naught is common, I is common, 4 by 4 R. If I take 4 pi also, here no pi, so minus pi I cap. Understood? If you got out, you can multiply now. Plus 2 mu naught I have taken common, 2 into minus k cap, so minus 2 k cap. If you want to find the magnitude, mu naught I by 4 pi R to the square root of pi square plus 4. That is the way to find magnitude. Pi square plus 4. This is in vector form and this is the magnitude. Understood how to do this? Repeating once again. 1 and 3 are in xy plane. So field must be along z axis, maybe positive z or negative z. That depends upon how you select the direction carefully. And this one is in yz plane. So the field must be along x, maybe positive or maybe negative. That depends upon the direction of current, and this is the result. Any difficulty asked? So coming to the next question of the same type. This is x and this is y and z. Totally how many conductors are there? Like previous one, these also having 3 conductors. Coming to first one. So B1, this is a straight wire, very long, but this point is at one end and the field is it is like this. So it is in this manner, like xy plane. So the field is directed into means away from you. Away from you is mainly z axis. So mu naught I by 4 pi, distance is r, direction minus k cap. Same as previous one. It is like this. Like this. And it is in this manner. You would understand. So this is first conductor. Second conductor is in yz plane. Already we know how to give. The current is in clockwise, so field is into. Into means negative x direction. So B2 is mu naught I by 4R. So minus I cap. Understood? Why 4R? I said already circular coil, pi won't come. And B3 is again a straight wire, but this time it is in yz plane. So the field must be along x-axis, maybe positive or negative, that depends upon. You see like this. This side it is out, but this side it is into. Into means like this. Towards you is positive x-axis. So like this it is negative x-axis. Understood? Above is positive z, below is negative z. So this is for below, minus k. This one, it is towards negative x-axis, minus I. And this one, it is also like this, towards negative x-axis, so minus I. You know, by 4 pi r minus I. So now add them. So what is B net? Divided by 4 pi r minus k cap plus mu naught I by 4r. You can take pi also common. 4 pi r into, I am adding these two, minus pi I minus I. So you can take mu naught I by 4 pi r common minus k cap minus of 1 plus pi into I cap. Want to give the magnitude? So B net mu naught I by 4 pi r into square root of 1 square plus 1 plus pi whole square. That is the way to give magnitude. This is the way to represent vector form. Understood this one? You able to understand the diagram? Do you know how to give minus k, minus I, minus I? Nice thing. So these are the special cases. Observe the question carefully. He is asking to find magnetic field strength at O, but different to the models what we did previously. So in this case or in this case, at the center field becomes 0. Let us see how it is. Here current is I. So there is no specification given regarding this, means we can assume both is having same resistance. So current divides here, in this I by 2, in this also I by 2. Now this is one semicircle carrying current I by 2 in clockwise direction. This is another semicircle carrying current in anti-clockwise direction. And we know how to calculate magnetic field produced because of this and because of this. Because of the first one, first part, and this is second part. So because of B1, it is mu naught into I by 2 by 4R direction into, and because of B2, it is mu naught into I by 2 by 4R direction is out. Since both are equal and directed opposite, so what is the B net? B net it becomes 0. In this way we have to calculate. B net is 0. Same thing here also. Coming to let I be the current, assuming this all are uniform. So if this resistance is R, this one is also R. Here resistance becomes 2R. Here also resistance R. Here also resistance R. Here also becomes 2R. So current divides equally. So through this I by 2, the same current I by 2 will flow through this. Through this I by 2, the same current I by 2 will flow through this. It is asking at point O. So whatever magnetic field it is creating, the same but in opposite direction this is creating. Whatever magnetic field it is creating, the same but in opposite direction this one is also creating. Since the magnetic field created by this and magnetic field created by this getting cancelled because of magnetic field created by this and by this, so here also net magnetic field is 0. So B net is 0. In both the cases, net magnetic field is 0. The same thing you can prove even for triangle also. Figure of this, understood why it is 0. So the same thing you can prove even for triangle also. Let us see. For a triangle, for a cube. So like this. So current is going like this and leaving like this. And we want to calculate the magnetic field strength at the centroid O. And if you observe carefully here, current will have two paths. This is one path and this is another path. And we know how to divide the current in the resistances. Already we have seen in current and electricity how to divide current. Let me recall it once. If I is the total current, R1 is one resistance, R2 is another resistance, I is the total current, R1 and R2 are the resistances. If you want to find current through I1, so I1 equal to how much? I into opposite resistance by total resistance. Remember, similarly I want to calculate current. Through this let it be I1, through this let it be I2. So what is I2 then? If I is the total current, I2 equal to I into opposite resistance. These two are in series. Suppose if this resistance is R, this one also becomes R, this one is also R because all are identical. So in this branch total resistance is 2R, in this branch resistance is R. If you want to calculate current I2, so I into total current into opposite resistance means the resistance in this branch, that is R by total resistance R plus 2R, it is I by 3. So through this I by 3 current is going. The same current will go through this also I by 3, but here it becomes now 2I by 3. So here current is 2I by 3, here I by 3, here I by 3. And whatever magnetic field is producing here, here it is into, this one also it is into, but this one it is out. So these two gets added and those two represents into, this one represents out. So whatever you are getting here, the same thing you will get here, you can calculate. And if you add them, whatever answer you are going to get here, the same here also will get it. Shall I do the calculation? How it is getting 0? Let me do it then. Let me do the calculation. So what is, let us call this conductor as 1, 2 and 3. So what is B1? How to calculate B1? mu0 into I by 3 by 4 pi into, if side is L, you know how to calculate distance, L by 2 root 3 into sine 60 plus sine 60. Do you know why it is sine 60 plus sine 60? Already we did this because angle here it is 60 and 60. But this and this are same. Shall I give 2 times? So B1 plus B2 is 2 times of this one. And it is directed into, do you know why it is into? Now I want to calculate because of B3. So B3 equal to mu0 into twice I by 3, 4 pi into L by 2 root 3 into sine 60 plus sine 60, but directed out. Here you got 2 times mu0 I by 3, 4 pi into L by 2 root 3 sine 60 plus sine 60. Here also we got the same, but here 2 is inside. If you take it out, it also this and this becomes same. So both are creating same magnetic fields but directed opposite. So the net magnetic field at O is 0. So B net is 0. Understood? So B net getting 0 in all the 3 cases. So now if we check this question, is it possible to be 0 like previous case? Let's read the question carefully. Here what is saying, upper half of the circular coil means this one. It is having resistance R, while the lower half is having resistance to R. So these two are not belonging to the same resistance. They got different resistances. Then division of current also gets changes. So how current divides? So let us call current through this is I1 and through this is I2. You know how to calculate I1. So I1 is I into opposite resistance. What is the resistance of this? 2R. 2R by R plus 2R. It becomes 2I by 3. So upper half is having current of 2I by 3. So field because of upper half is B1 equal to mu0 I1 by 4R. It becomes mu0 into 2I by 3 into 4R, and field is into, whereas the current in the lower half I2 equal to I into opposite resistance by total resistance, it is I by 3. Therefore B2 becomes mu0 into I by 3 by 4R. It becomes mu0 I by 12R, direction out. Here it is 2 mu0 I by 12R, direction into. If you observe both the fields, now they are not equal, so they won't get cancelled even though they were opposite. So you have to subtract the one which is smaller from the bigger one and give the answer. according to the bigger one. So 2 mu naught I by 12R is bigger than mu naught I by 12R. We know how to find B net. So B net is 2 mu naught I by 12R minus mu naught I by 12R. It becomes mu naught I by 12R. Direction is into. So observe the question carefully. It won't become 0 also. Every time need not to be 0. Depends like previous case only. Previous also it is same manner, but there the wire is uniform having same resistance. But here the resistance are different. And we know how to divide the current. Total current into opposite resistance by total resistance. So B1 we got mu naught I1 by 4R equal to mu naught into what is I1? 2I by 3 by 4R. So 3 4s 12. So 2 times mu naught I by 12R. Direction is into because it is clockwise. Whereas B2, first of all calculate I2. I2 is I by 3. Before case in each one it is I by 2, but now it is I by 3. So B2 equal to mu naught into I by 3 by 4R, mu naught I by 12R, but it is directed out. Now see which one is bigger and which one is smaller. Here 2 times mu naught I by 12R and here it is mu naught I by 12R. So subtract and give the resultant. This finishes, and the next video